mission of the vaults should be important to everyone. To come up to the surface one day and restart civilization. Can you tell me what's happened in the last 200 years?
Holy shit. You're an actual vault dweller. What you're doing is insane.
I don't set the world.
It isn't like the vault out there. It's big.
Higher. I just want to start.
Nice to meet you, Ruben. How are you?
I'm great. Look, I'm a huge fan of the video games, and for me it was a shocker when I knew they were working in this. I was very deceptive, like I don't know what they're gonna do. But then I saw Jonathan Nolan involved, and I love Westworld, and I wonder what was that thing that drives you to your character when you read the first time that script in your hand.
For me, I mean, it's the writing. It was a phenomenal pilot that I read. I knew of the games. I hadn't played the games until after I got the part. And I think they just did an incredible job of building up the world. And it was one of those gorgeous things that when I got to play the game, it enamored me further into the project. But they did a fantastic job adapting that source material. I loved Lucy. I thought she was funny. She is funny, but also strong and, you know, motivated by similar things that I'm motivated by: family, a sense of community, optimism, all of those things. And really it was the chance to work. I also love Westworld. The chance to work with Jonathan and Walton and everybody else who was already attached was exciting to me. It was kind of a no-brainer. As soon as I read it, I was in.
I mean, it was so good. It was one of those that you kind of think like these people should be writing everything. It really felt that new, that fresh, that exciting as an actor. Of course, you know, I we're all on the same team here. We're in the Jonathan Nolan fan club, you know, like his body of work from Memento, you know, and the things he's done with his brother to Westworld. And yeah, it was an opportunity I wanted to jump at. But Maximus is also, I think, very I really loved the opportunity to work on a character who has so many issues because of what he has experienced. And I think there's a lot of us that have that. I mean, it's a heroic character, but he has an angel and a devil on his shoulder. And I relate to that. I think that's what a lot of us relate to with life, is that, you know, we have the capacity to make the right choice, and we also have a great capacity to make the wrong one, the one that benefits us, the one that helps us survive and not those around us.
But I think that's the beauty of the chemistry that you guys perform, because we have Lucy that's super innocent, she's super nice, she loves her family, but then we have your character that he tried to survive, he tried to escalate and no matter how, and then they merge. And I think Lucy learned from you, and then your character learned from Lucy, and at the end you can see that they have evolved as a characters.
Yeah.
Did you feel that while you were shooting? Because it just a few episodes. I think that's the beauty of shows. They give you time to develop characters.
Really true.
How was that process of developing that character while you were shooting? It was something that you talked with the directors, or was something that you knew from the beginning?
Honestly, Aaron and I had a lot of conversations about it. I think Aaron's a phenomenal actor. It's really such a treat to get to work opposite him. And we had a lot of conversations about all of the ways in which they were different, yes, but all of the ways in which they were similar. And that sense of, I don't know, what motivates them. And actually, I think, yes, there's a lot to be said for opposites attract. But also, I like to think that if they have met under completely different circumstances, that they would still get along. You know, they still have that sort of baseline that brings two people together. And it's also just incredibly fun to always do the opposite of what the other person's doing. You know, the good example of that is when they meet Chris Purnell's character, I've forgotten his name, the one-eyed guy.
Yeah.
In Vault 4, and how they have such different reactions to that interaction, completely based off where they came from, but yet the conclusion is still the same. They still leave the same way. I think that's a really good analogy for dev storylines in general.
The collaborative process with everyone involved on set, from hair, makeup, the writing, the special effects, artists, and feeling like we had the opportunity to really try and break the material sometimes. Honestly, I think you learn faster that way, really throwing something up against the wall to see if it bounces. It felt like, Geneva and Graham were creating a script that really supported all of us in that effort to really make these broad dramatic moments, or, really over the top comedic moments sort of happen because we wanted to always see, like, what else can this material do?
Aaron, Ella, thank you so much. Congratulations. I truly love the show. It went above my expectations, and because of you guys. Thank you so much.
It's so good to hear.
Look out at this wasteland. Looks like chaos, but there's always somebody behind the wheel.
Everyone wants to save the world. They disagree on how.
There you are, you little killer.